What's up, guys? It's Eric back again with Underdogs of Addiction. Today's video, I wanted to talk about Eminem and Eminem's struggle with addiction. Eminem's struggle with addiction has been well publicized. He's openly talked about it. And Eminem has always been someone who put his heart and soul into his music. And, like I always say, the truth behind all addiction is trauma and pain. And Eminem talks about it, his dysfunctional relationship with his mother, Kim, never knowing his father, losing his cousin Ronnie to suicide, his dysfunctional relationship with his wife, and then more trauma as he got older, losing his best friend Proof, and all the legal stuff and relationships he went through, Eminem is somebody who has had a lot of trauma, and his music is traumatic. He's exercising that trauma in his songs. And what made Eminem so great is Eminem would not be who he is if he didn't go through that trauma. And that's why I believe in divine intervention, and I believe that there's certain people such as Eminem that it was destined. Now granted, I don't think it was luck. It was a perfect situation where opportunity met fate, circumstances met talent, and you got an Eminem, he talks about his struggle with fame, and during the certain stretch, I forget, was it like '05 to like '10 or even earlier than that, where he was on drugs all the time, specifically prescription pills, talking about how he would just stay in his mansion and just like eat Taco Bell and like take pills, and up until 2000, I believe 9, when he almost died, and he decided to go into recovery. And a lot of people know all about that story. I just want to talk about, like I always talk about, is us artists are very sensitive, and Eminem had such a deep well to want to be seen, to be heard. You're talking about a white boy from 8 Mile, Detroit, Michigan, growing up in a black community, raised in a trailer park. His mom didn't give a shit about him. His dad didn't. He had no attention. And so what did Eminem crave his whole career, his whole life? Is just to be seen, to be heard. And then he finally got all of that. And it was extremely uncomfortable because he's not used to it. And the type of music he made anyways was controversial, and it brought a lot of people a lot of anger and things of that nature, and it caused a lot of problems for him, and all of that was obviously too much for anyone to handle, let alone him. And so I just want to say we're fucking grateful to have Eminem still here. I mean, he literally just put out a record with Juice WRLD that was awesome, and talking about addiction and stuff. So that's just where I'm getting at, you guys, is there's always a method to everything. And the success of Eminem, the struggle with addiction, there's always a reason for it. Addiction is not a choice. It's an opportunity for somebody to find means to cope with the pain they feel inside. And I do believe we have a choice to change, and we have a choice and responsibility to want to change. But sometimes when the pain in our life is too great, our addictions can take us over. And it's just been amazing to see how Eminem's career has turned out since he has got sober and cleaned his life up. And he's 50 years old and still putting out amazing records. And I think he has over 10 years of sobriety now. And you could just tell that he's in a much better place. So shout out to Eminem. And Eminem is 100% an underdog of addiction for the reasons I already stated. A white boy from 8 Mile, Detroit, came out and became the greatest rapper commercially, popularity-wise, ever, with absolutely every obstacle in his way. And so he is 100% an underdog of addiction.